Why don't we see any land when we're looking down at the ocean?
Scientists have successfully created oxygen on...
Did you hear that the multiverse and parallel realities...
Look at that.
All right, strange indeed. It definitely do look like there is also a UAP, like a semicircle, floating around that red light as well. What is that red light for? Is that one of the lasers that's shining back at the Earth to tell us the exact distance between the Earth and the Moon? And we know that Elon's SpaceX has only gone 870 miles. But the distance between the Earth and the Moon is even... Sorry. Hey, welcome back, goons. You're watching Explore the Weird. Hey, I'm already spiraling. This seems to be the new norm around here. Hey, it's also a brand new year. How you doing? Have you guys made your New Year's resolutions? These are the things I wonder. Hey, today I have more creepy, strange, disturbing, weird, unusual, mysterious, all the things. Let's get right into it.
Let's go to the mountain. Yeah.
I can't show you how much of this behind me, but why in the world has 3 planes gone down in the last 24 hours? That gives me really strong Donnie Darko vibes. The latest one was in Canada. You remember a few months ago when I talked about not getting on planes? You know, I'm sure it seemed pretty random at the time, but what about now? Like this right here is absolutely crazy. And at the same time, we're having a huge plane problem for planes that did not go down. And some that did, but you know, they have a lot in common if you're good at using your eyes. Because just recently, Boeing was in the headlines for a while. And this right here is completely not related at all. I just thought it was crazy how we have dual sheets of clouds and they both look ridiculous. We even have an article from Fox Weather saying Florida becomes the un-sunshine state and during its cloudiest winter period in 84 years. And that was last year. And this year, the fog and everything else is absolutely insane. This right here has been our viewing conditions in South Carolina for the last 4 days, ever since Christmas. And then randomly in the middle of the night, I should have reported it, we had an ungodly storm. And when I tell you guys, I've never seen a storm that bad here. The whole entire house was shaking. There was like some crazy strong vibration with this storm. And we haven't seen nothing yet. This massive polar vortex is coming. I wouldn't be surprised if the entire sky froze, if you know what I mean.
Wait, what is the end goal here? Yes, there's multiple clouds and different layers, so what are you insinuating? That there's UAPs that they're hiding? There's an entire war happening up there that we can't see because of all the clouds, and it's probably happening in Florida, but now Florida's the unsigned state. The no-shine state, really? Really? It could be. There has been a lot of UAP and drone sightings and orb sightings, so maybe there is some kind of Space Force war that is actually going on, and that actually tells you why we needed a Space Force in the first place. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
This is it for us, as scientists have confirmed thousands of world-ending biblical creatures are now out of hiding, and everything we know about religion is coming true. People were terrified after one man on a plane noticed the plasmoids in the sky were not only bright, but humming, moving, changing color, and exploding, exactly as it was written in the Bible since day one. And our planet is gearing up for a supernatural biblical ending with the date potentially already set. In Luke 21:25, the Bible mentions that the sign of end times...
What? I get so many videos like this. The apocalypse is near. It's like it's Y2K all over again. And I survived Y2K. I'm going to survive 2024. We're going to get to 2020. Wait, At the time of recording, I'm still in 2024, but by the time you guys are watching this, we're in 2025. How you doing? How you doing? Hey, hope you're doing well.
Planned 9/11, and that went off like gangbusters too, so that we could invade Iraq, and then we could also get these machines that could see your private parts in airports everywhere. And we had those just in a warehouse. We didn't know what to do with them. We were like, I guess we'll buy these. They seem like they might be useful at some time. Boom, we planned 9/11. Boom, that attack happens. Next thing you know, my friend Blake, he's like, hey, what about all those machines in that warehouse in Provo? And it was like, oh my God, let's get those into airports and like start selling those. And we made so much money here at the CIA on those private part machines that really didn't do much, but now, you know, they're implemented everywhere and you're used to them by a generation.
Bro, if I say no to the machine, they do the physical pat down, and it takes them like 30 minutes just to find a guy to do the physical pat down. It's like the systems are just going backwards. Manual used to be so much better, and now they're like, hey, we need to know if there's anything weird. You know, they make you do the, does anyone know this? And then like you'll step in and they'll be like, wait, not yet. Okay, now. They're like, step forward. It's a whole process now. But it's like, if you deny that process, the other process is even more longer. You may miss your flight at those. Although most people get to the airports. Sorry. I've been spiraling since the first video. I'm still trying to worry, or not worry, but like I'm wondering about the moon craters that were also in that video. All the moon craters are all the same depth. It's like, it gives me more and more proof that potentially that is just a satellite moon and not a real. Sorry, still spiraling.
Hi, okay, I'm going to teach you something that's literal magic. You do not have to take any psychedelics or anything for this to happen, but it feels like you're on it. You truly will feel like, let me just explain. It's called mirror gazing. Let me just do a disclaimer. Only do this if you're in a mentally okay spot. Okay, got that out of the way. Dim the lights in your room or whatever room you're in and find a mirror. Sit in front of that mirror and look into your eyes. And just like look into your own eyes in the mirror. I feel like I went cross-eyed there. And just kind of let your eyes glaze over. You don't need to like harshly stare. I don't even want to ruin it for you, but I'll just tell you what happened with me. After about 15 seconds, that is all it took, I started to like dissociate from myself almost, and it felt like I was staring at myself, but like I wasn't my body, I was the soul staring at myself. And then I'm not joking, guys, my face started to shapeshift. And I'm not crazy, I'm telling you, try this yourself, you will see. I do not know why no one knows about this. My face, just personally, my face shapeshifted the first time I did this, into a cat, and then into myself as a very old woman. And then I started to see some kind of scary things.
Bro, this is so hard for me to believe because I have done plenty of these and actually just tried to look for a mirror around. But trust me, even if I dimmed the lights and looked at myself, I'm not this ain't gonna happen for me. I gotta be on some crazy hallucinogenic substances to see these shape-shifting faces and stuff. Trust me. There's been many people that say the same thing, and they all seem to have figured out, hey, the mirrors are the portals in order to see the other yous in the other dimensions. But this woman's like, hey, you look at it, you shapeshift, all these things happen. Potentially. They also tell you not to look at yourself in the mirror when you're on hallucinogenic substances because it makes you. You know what the other thing? Sorry, this is turning into a longer form content on this video, it looks like. I'm trying not to. You stop it. Don't come after me. Teddy, you're talking too much. Stop it. I'm sorry. Sometimes I have these things. ADHD real strong today. But hey, I do wonder if this is working for some goons that are looking at the mirrors and they actually see themselves shapeshift. But in my timeline, this does not happen. I look at myself, I can stare at myself for 5-10 minutes straight. I ain't changing. Everything's exactly the same. The other Teddy don't move unless I move. The other thing I was wondering is like, hey, am I even the person in the mirror? Or it's like the thing, hey, think this thought. What kind of phone do you have? And then it was like, hey, now say this, right? What kind of phone do you have? Which one are you? Are you the person that thought it, or are you the person that spoke it? And then the person goes, no, it's neither of you. You're just the observer. So even if I'm in the mirror, I go, I'm just the observer. The other person ain't going to change. You stop it. We're all the observers.
Did you hear that the multiverse and parallel realities is real? A few days ago, Google, its new quantum chip, Willow, proved that the multiverse is real. This chip was able to do in 5 minutes, which would take 10 septillion years. Bruh. You knew this. We all knew this, but seeing this come into our reality. Human resonance has been absolutely crazy. We're in the age of Aquarius. Astrologically, things are crazy. We got the freaking UFOs. You see, this chip proved quantum computation, where basically one thing can be several different places, parallel realities. It uses quantum bits. Imagine data, a vibration, an atom, either being a 0 or a 1 with quantum bits. The way that this chip processes, it can be both on and off. It can be both 0, 1, and beyond. And by doing this, it has to get its understanding, its knowledge from other parallel reality. Are we cooked or are we cooking? We are fucking cooked.
Wait, it's not 0, 1, and beyond. It's 0, 1, or 0 and 1 at the same time. It's we do know there's like a stateless state in quantum that is happening. But yes, the Willow chips are great. Hey, we're grabbing power from the parallel dimension so that way we can increase our computational power. We're one step closer. We're one step closer. These portals are going to open in front of our eyes. Sorry. I'm ready. I'm ready for all the quantum hyperloops and everything. You have no idea.
The power source is a reactor which uses this element 115 as its fuel. In this reactor, element 115 is used as a target and is bombarded with protons in a small particle accelerator. When a proton plugs into the nucleus of an atom of 115, it increases its atomic number and becomes an atom of element 116, which, remember, decays instantly. What element 116 releases as it decays, or what it radiates, is antimatter.
I always trust Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar real good. Hey, the government tried to shut this man down and tried to silence him, but we still know that what he said was true in fact then, and when we found out years later that it is in fact a true element that existed and there were areas that he'd been to that he was recreating this tech, everything checks out and his story never changed, unlike some other people in this niche. Hey, are you a goon? I'm looking for the goons. I'm looking for the true goons. Hey, we're looking to see if you're ready to affirm your energy with us. Hey, interact with the video. We would love to know that there are fellow goons out there that are continuing to watch and interact. And the best way to get that affirmation for us is if you interact. Hey, looking for the true goons. Thank you.
Have y'all seen this at the Detroit airport?
Well, you'll notice this right after you go through security at the McNamara terminal at Metro Airport.
Yeah, it's a big screen offering up something called parallel reality to help passengers figure out where to go and a whole lot more. Evrod Cassidy live at DTW tonight. This is pretty cool, Evrod.
Oh, it is absolutely incredible technology, Jason and Karen. You just have to see it for yourselves. Normally, when you're trying to catch your flight and you have to figure out what your gate information is, your boarding time, you would take a look at the big board right here and have to scan through all of the different flights that are on there. But now, Delta has created this personalized big board just for you. Watch this.
Oh my God!
This big arch and information desk is getting all kinds of reaction from passengers traveling through Metro Airport.
It's pretty cool.
Passengers like the Adi family had never seen it before and wondered, what the heck is it?
I was kind of surprised. I didn't know exactly what I was looking for because they didn't tell us what we were supposed to be looking for. So when I saw my name up there, I was like, can everybody see my information? Then I realized my sister could only see hers.
My first name is up there, and it says what medallion status I have, everything, pretty much all the details, which gate, how many minutes I had to walk through.
I see you trying to fool me.
There's no fooling here. With each Delta passenger walking through, the board displays only their travel itinerary.
I see that there's nothing on the screen.
But what do you see for you?
I see that there's hello Virgil, thank you for flying.
You know what's crazy? This may sound like it's really far away, but it's already here. I went to the Dubai airport, and the entire time I was in that airport, it was facial recognition. I went through the passport scanner, it scanned my face, it said my name. Every other place I went to, it was all face-driven. It's already here. It's already in China. It's coming. It's coming. Get ready. How are they going to know? You think, hey, every time you check in at that TSA booth, they take your license or whatever, boom, that's the first picture right there. They have the association. Now they can track where you are in the airport and then display the information as needed. But that is wild. I wonder when this is going to get implemented across all the airports. Could be useful for some.
Used to be in place in Hawaii where they used to actually do they would do births with dolphins. The dolphins would actually spin around the person while they were swimming in the ocean, and the baby would be born into the ocean while the dolphin is assisting with frequencies, which if you think of the healing frequencies of the dolphins, that would help with the mother so that when she is giving birth, the dolphins would help support the mother. And this was actually shut down because they said that it was dangerous. You know, the whole thing that they always say. Yep. It was too dangerous for mothers to be swimming in the ocean, doing natural things with dolphins and whatever else. And dolphins support humans. There's all studies on this. This goes into the brain of a dolphin. This goes into sonar. This goes into the frequencies, you know, ultrasounds, which they're using on mothers and things like that. They're deriving technology from whales and dolphins. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. They put a spin on it, so it's not the same, but they're deriving the technology. When you get into the home birthing, you know, in either a bathtub or a pool, you have to think like a baby is leaving water from the womb, you know, around the...
All right, everyone have your own birth story. If you're going to pregnancy, don't listen to anybody. You do what's comfortable with you. Unless, you know, you have some like weird religious beliefs, and do whatever you feel is right pertaining to your religion. Regardless, I don't know if this is true, but I have heard him say this multiple times, that dolphin births were a thing. It sounds pretty intriguing. I definitely would be fascinated by it, but at the same time, I'm like, bro, you're coming out with like, you know, blood and stuff. Fish be hungry. Other fish see that, like sand shark or something. That's it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but where are they doing this? Or when did they do this? And why did they stop? What is the reason they stopped? It wasn't like a Hindenburg happened and all the blimps went away. They like all the dolphins went away. No, dolphins still here. Some people say dolphins are like the human mermaids. Oh man, they're just humans in different skin. They're just as smart, they say. Interesting.
You literally just tied all my videos together. Oh my god. This is about the Black Goo, aliens being found in the ocean, and the people allegedly in shipping containers. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is a story that I am just making up for fun. How many of you have seen the show Supernatural and watched the season about the Leviathan? Remember, they came out of the ocean, okay, and they came out as what? Black goo. They would turn into people in high power, such as government positions, celebrities, billionaires, by what? This black goo that is literally everywhere. Again, guys, this is just a fictional TV show, but again, the Leviathan turned into humans through this black goo. Wild. And what did the Leviathan eat? Humans. And what did they do while they were here in the show Supernatural? They started messing with the food supply. They were poisoning the food, if you remember in the show, to make the people stupid, slow, fat, and easier to control. And they ended up poisoning people, possessing them, really, through the water supply, which came out of the ocean.
Yo, you're just describing all the systems we already have in place. All of our food is getting GMO'd, bioengineered. Gotta stick with the facts. They keep changing the names of the things and calling it different things, but it's still the same process. Even our food colorings are changing now, but we know that red dye 40 has caused issues. But regardless, interesting. I can also tell that you have a filter on. It's like kind of obvious, but I don't know if you know that. It feels like a filter, unless those eyelashes be. Regardless, interesting.
Look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna try to zoom in on this. Oh my gosh, do you see that? What the... Bro. I've seen it all over TikTok. Now I'm literally seeing them in person. This is right next to Nashville, Tennessee. Right in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yet again, I ask, hey, is the Space Force winning the war up there? I see there's a lot of clouds, too. See, they broke through the cloud layer, and that's why we can see them. Oh, man, they're hiding an entire space war that's happening right above our skies, and we'll never know till the drones get shot down, and they finally fall on us, and then we start asking the right questions, so that way they will have to tell.
Scientists have successfully created oxygen on Mars. There's a tool on the Perseverance rover called Moxie. Moxie's job is basically to be a fake tree on Mars. It takes carbon dioxide in the Martian atmosphere and creates oxygen. Moxie has been running tests to see if it can produce oxygen for over a year, and on 7 occasions, it was able to produce 6 grams of oxygen per hour. That's the same as a small tree. And the experiments were successful in the day and in the night and in all of the Martian seasons. And Moxie's only the size of a car battery. Future oxygen generators that would support human missions on Mars would be 100 times bigger. This is important because oxygen only makes up 0.13% of Mars's atmosphere compared to 21% of the Earth's atmosphere. Being able to create oxygen on Mars using Martian resources, carbon dioxide, means they won't have to send as much oxygen to support future astronauts on Mars. And they might be able to make liquid oxygen for launching from Mars while they're on the planet. The technology is working and we are one step closer to Mars.
I really hope I get to see the terraform of this planet Mars and see if they really, what they show us with the footage there. This is going to get real interesting. Also, are they going to terraform the moon too? I remember those moon pods and stuff, you know? I'm like, yo, what happened with that whole idea about the bases on... Oh, they just put them on the far side? Sorry.
You ever heard of third man syndrome?
No.
Okay, super weird. So third man syndrome has been explained by scientists of kind of a weird phenomenon that happens with mountain climbers. So these people who are climbing on mountains who are on the edge of death have experienced very similar things unrelated to each other where they see a person that motivates them or gives them proper advice to continue moving forward. And there are people like, my parents weren't mountain climbing, but this happened and it cannot be explained. And then I found a story, and it was this woman who had heard a voice in her head that said, go see a doctor about your brain. Go to this place. It was a specific part of the London hospital that dealt with brain injuries. The voices told her that she had a tumor. They discovered a tumor.
Oh my gosh.
And they were able to remove it, and then she continued to leave. And then when she went home, she heard the voice one more time for the rest of her life, and it said, we were glad to be of service.
Ew, weird.
And it said we, so there's more than one voice out there that's potentially helping the people. So next time you think you're hearing crazy voices, it's not just your craziness and schizo. There could be some download. Wait, is it download? Well, regardless, there could be someone trying to talk to you that, oh man, I've never heard that this was called third person syndrome. That definitely is, or third wheel syndrome? I forget what it is. Regardless, sounds very intriguing. I've never experienced it myself, but I think I've heard this story. I've heard this story about this woman that was compelled to go to the hospital, and that is crazy. I'm glad she's okay now.
This is a story on why I don't think flat earthers are stupid. I once did. I once thought they were absolutely crazy, like, these people still exist? How can anyone think the earth is flat? I'm not a scientist. I know nothing about what our earth looks like, but I will tell you this. I'm a professional effects and video editor. And one day about in 2014, I was putting together a video for a client, and they wanted some shots of the earth from space. So I said, okay, that should be easy. Let me go look this up. I thought surely there would be some stock footage from a satellite, recording video of our earth. Why not? I could not find any. Everything that I found was CGI and fake. I'm like, why is this all fake? Official NASA website releasing footage that's CGI. I spent the next 3 days digging at all this archives and ISS footage, surprisingly find out that they use green screen and everything's fake. I don't know what the Earth looks like, but I guarantee you NASA is lying to us.
Yeah, I also do not know what the Earth looks like. Neil told me that it looks like a pear shape or something, and I'm like, bro, then show me the pictures. But no one shows the pictures. They're like, oh yeah, it's fatter near the equator, and then it's all different. Like, show me the things. Show me the things.
Hey Raytheon, you guys invented the microwave. That's so cool. You kill people, don't you?
Yeah, we just like to fill things up. You got an empty tummy, we'll give you a microwave. You have an empty coffin, we will help you fill that coffin. I can't believe you know us from our non-murder work.
Yes, you guys used to do appliances, textbooks, transformers.
We made transformers? I knew R&D was getting good.
No, transformers like the electrical component. What are you working on right now?
Well, we were pretty disappointed that our microwave couldn't kill people, unless used as a bludgeoning weapon, but that's so inefficient. So instead we decided to make a microwave defense system that can shoot down drones.
You couldn't have just let microwaves not kill people?
Yeah, we at Raytheon like to take things full circle. If it doesn't kill people, it just doesn't kill people yet.
That is a fair statement. Wait, so Raytheon, are you the people responsible for the DEWs, or are you going to blame that on somebody else? These are the real questions.
National security. How about this?
Why don't we see any land when we're looking down at the ocean from the space station?
Why? Because you're over top of ocean.
Okay, well, don't you think they could be fooling us with this picture?
Okay, I give you this.
Wait, watch the picture. Watch the picture.
I know that they've airbrushed some stuff.
It's not airbrushed. This is us in our front yard on a solar panel, and we tricked you, showing you how easy. We have zero budget. They have $65 million a day, and I tricked you. Of course, we landed on the moon, right? Watch this guy. He's hammering a post into the ground, and he drops his hammer. Okay? Well, how easy should it be for him to pick up that hammer? Well, it's nearly impossible because he's hanging from wires and he can't get down enough. Okay? He can't get down. He's trying to pick it up and he can't get it. I mean, look at this. And look at his pants. They're filthy.
What was that? I went to the Johnson Space Center. They showed the new suits and stuff. Like, there's supposed to be a lot more able-bodied in the new suits versus these old suits that caused issues. But yeah, there was a lot of fakery that NASA pushed onto us in the past. Now the real question is, are they going to continue doing the same push, or do they realize that, hey, the people are waking up and now we can't go with the same and we may really have to really do the things? Still trying to wonder about that SpaceX trying to send the rocket to the moon or Mars. I'm like, bro, you only made 870 miles. Like, how much more things? And that took you a solid 30 minutes to get there. How long is the trip to Mars or the moon going to take? I can only theorize. Are we going to have enough fuel? What if we hit random pockets of debris and then things break? And then, sorry, these are the things I wonder. We're going to do 2 more.
My 9-year-old son comes up to me last night and he goes, "Hey, Dad, what's 69? And I looked at him and I said, "I'm going to need a little more context." And he showed me a comic book he's reading, and there was a coin that had 69 written on it, and the character went, "Nice." And he said, "Why do you say nice?" And I wasn't ready. I didn't quite know how to respond just yet to my 9-year-old to explain this. And he goes, "Oh, I know what it is." And I said, What do you think it is?" And he said, 69 is the same when you turn it over. Nice. And I said, "Yep."
I also would have said, "Yup, that is the exact right response. You did all the right things. There was nothing wrong here." Oh God. All right, this is good to know. If I'm ever in this situation, I know what to say. It's the same. It's the same.
Now, a lot of people probably watched this and thought, why would anybody want to do that? And it sounds crazy on paper, but when you really think about it, it's really not all that crazy, because you can't fail this trick twice. You know what I'm saying? And so when you think about that high that you get from accomplishing something like this, threading the needle, that's what they call it. And the best part about threading the needle is that you ain't got to do it. But he did do it, though. And that's really impressive, man. But just imagine, after you do something like that, how do you top that? You know what I mean? Your life probably suck afterwards. Now you got to do something even crazier,
Dude, that's why I'm like, dude, being an adrenaline junkie is crazy, because that's what I feel the people with the wingsuits are. They got to keep one-upping their tricks. Otherwise, how do you chase that? It's not the same. Oh boy, that last one. Who's going to be ready to thread the needle with me? Nah, I ain't going. I'll just watch you jump, and then I'll just stay back and take pictures or something. Oh boy, I'm not going to thread the needle. I'm sorry. Well, goons, you made it to the end. Hey, didn't I tell you it was strange, mysterious, weird, unsettling? Wait, did I say unsettling? I didn't think I said unsettling. Regardless. The Mars one, the moon ones, the astronaut ones, literally all the ones literally made me spiral. The moon one I'm still spiraling on. I still want to find out more. Want to know how we terraformed the things. All right. Hey, there should be videos on the screen now. Click on either one of them. Continue the goon fix. The one in the middle, you can subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Wake up.